Kung tingin nila ay may probable cause at marami na namang ebidensya roon, i-transmit na sa Senado where the trial should forthwith commence. This is not the time and the place to be asking witnesses to read aloud their affidavits. Anyway, the contents of the affidavits are matters of record. This is not the time and the place to be televising these trials. Although okay lang naman televise, kaya lang para sa amin, double standard. Bakit yung trial ng House Committee televised, sabi nila, for transparency? Bakit yung ICI, yung Independent Commission for Infrastructure, isang hearing lang ang na-live stream? Pagkatapos yung the rest, behind closed doors, kay Sandro Marcos, kay Martin Romualdez, puro behind closed doors. So, yun lamang po ang aming dinidenounce dito. They are using the hearings of the House Committee not to determine probable cause, but as a platform for a demolition job against the Vice President. So, alam nyo, some people will say otherwise. Huwag na tayo maglukuhan. Yun po ang ginagawa talaga. And the people are smart enough to know. So, kung medyo may hiya pang natitira itong mga majority ng committee members sa sarili nila, ay i-transmit na nila. Otherwise, go on. Wala namang makapipigil sa inyo eh. Pero, alam nyo po, you're not fooling a lot of people. You're only fooling yourselves. If there is ground to make the respondent answer, he is subpoenaed and required to present a counter affidavit. And then, depending on the prosecutor and, of course, the complainant, whether he or she submits a reply, there will be a rejoinder. And the prosecutor, usually, around 90% of the time, will just base the determination of probable cause on those 2 or 4 documents as the case may be, unless there are clarificatory questions which do not occur all the time. In fact, I dare say that the clarificatory questions occur very rarely in the courts of proceedings in the prosecution office.
Under the criminal...
Can I interject?
Dagdag ko lang para mas maliwanag ng konti. Doon sa criminal prosecution, you explain to us the definition of probable cause. Do you think, Attorney Ferdy, dito sa nangyayari sa impeachment proceedings, is there proper application of the determination of probable cause by the prosecutors? Kasi ang prosecutors body yung House eh. Sa tingin niyo ba, tama ba yung prosesong ginagawa? Na you said clarification hearings not required, but at the same time, hindi naman bawal.
Hindi bawal, pero we have to remember, okay, unang-una, I will no longer debate with anyone here as to whether or not there is probable cause. Kasi opinion natin lahat yun. In the final analysis, it is up to the House Committee. Okay? Ang akin lamang po rito, kasi pag dinabati natin itong probable cause, they say that it's an opinion, and an opinion is like an asshole. Everyone has one. Ang akin na lamang po, if probable cause is to be determined, kung probable cause lamang po ang i-determine, well, katulad ng sinabi ni Justice Ascuna, all you have to do is look at the documents attached to the impeachment complaint. May attachment po yun. The Vice President has submitted her answer. Sabi nga ni Justice Ascuna, if there are documents to be authenticated, you may subpoena those documents. If Madriaga has to verify or authenticate, again, under oath, his affidavits, he may be summoned. Pero, there should not be a full-blown trial. Kasi nakalagay talaga rin sa rules, it's a hearing. And then sa akin po, baka sabihin kasi nila, bakit takot kami sa impeachment? Hindi po takot sa impeachment ang PDP. By the way, that stand of the PDP is supportive of the Vice President, just to be transparent. Ang amin po, kung tingin nila ay may probable cause at marami na namang ebidensya roon, i-transmit na sa Senado where the trial should forthwith commence. This is not the time and the place to be asking witnesses to read aloud their affidavits. Anyway, the contents of the affidavits are matters of record. This is not the time and the place to be televising these trials. Although okay lang naman televise, kaya lang para sa amin, double standard. Bakit yung trial ng House Committee. Televised, sabi nila, for transparency. Bakit yung ICI, yung Independent Commission for Infrastructure, isang hearing lang ang na live stream. Pagkatapos yung the rest, behind closed doors, kay Sandro Marcos, kay Martin Romualdez, puro behind closed doors. So, yun lamang po ang aming dinidenounce dito. They are using the hearings of the House Committee not to determine probable cause, but as a platform for a demolition job against the Vice President. So, alam nyo, some people will say otherwise, huwag na tayo maglukuhan. Yun po ang ginagawa talaga. And the people are smart enough to know. So, kung medyo may hiya pang natitira, itong mga majority ng committee members sa sarili nila, ay i-transmit na nila. Otherwise, go on. Wala namang makapipigil sa inyo eh. Pero, alam nyo po, you're not fooling a lot of people. You're only fooling yourselves. Thank you.
Well,
Attorney JV,
Valero,
mukhang nanggigigil ka na sa
when
bata.
you ask Attorney Topacio a question, you just ask one question. You will not stop. My good friend can articulate here for the rest of the day. Anyway, let me go into the question of probable cause. Kasi itinuturo mo yan eh, in the College of Law where I was dean. Probable cause is also of constitutional origin. Particularly in the issuance for a warrant of arrest. So probable cause appears, the phrase appears in the Constitution because that is the standard for which a warrant of arrest can be issued.
Article 3.
Now, yes, Article 3. However, you can find probable cause also in the rules of criminal procedure in preliminary investigation. Before this, before the amendments to the rules of criminal procedure, the standard for finding, to determine whether a criminal information will be filed in court is prima facie evidence. Now, prima facie is lower than probable cause. Probable cause is of higher standard than prima facie. And it is described by the rules of criminal procedure as follows. It has two elements. Number one, a crime has been committed. So, the investigator must determine first that there was a crime. Maliwanag na mayroong crime. Now, what the investigator will now determine is whether or not the respondent probably committed the crime. That is probable cause. Now, probable cause means only more likely than not he committed it. More likely than not. And therefore, it is not a finding of guilt. It is only a finding of probable cause. Now, probable cause can also be utilized by the police in warrantless searches. For example, if they see that there is probable cause. Now,
Let's focus on the impeachment.
Yes,
Attorney JV.
what I'm saying is this, Panyero, no?
Go ahead.
Probable cause is both of constitutional origin and really a criminal law concept. It is a criminal procedure concept. If you ask me, first of all, I'd like to correct you. I'm not really a constitutional law expert, but I do teach constitutional law. But I don't consider myself an expert. I lean on the views and opinions of former Chief Justice Renato Puno, who I consider to be the living and best constitutional law expert in the land today. I do not understand where the House Justice Committee plugged the concept of probable cause in determining whether to file the articles of impeachment or not. There is nothing in the Constitution that tells them you have to find probable cause before filing the articles of impeachment. However,
So in other words, I'll cut you short, Attorney JV. In other words, mali yung ginagawang proceeding sa House?
no, not
Because
necessarily.
probable cause as a term, as a criminal law,
Criminal-
constitutional law term,
Yes.
wala doon sa House rules of
There is,
impeachment?
I do not know about the House rules, but I do know that in the Constitution, you cannot find the requirement to find probable cause before the filing of the articles of impeachment. However, I must add this, and this is very important, Panyero. The Constitution grants to the House of Representatives the exclusive power to initiate impeachment. Diyan kami medyo, this is where I really do not agree with the decisions of the Supreme Court, when it struck down the articles of impeachment as null and void.
Last year.
I think it was a case of overreach. That's another issue. I think that the House, if it wants to impose on itself the standard of probable cause before it files the impeachment, that's its prerogative. Nobody can control the House. So we cannot say it's wrong. We can say that, it's not easy to understand where they got it. Maybe some lawyers there who are practicing litigators like Attorney Topacio and myself would say, hanapan na lang natin ang probable cause. But actually, to me, if you just ask my opinion, I think prima facie would be enough. And I'll explain later why, if you ask me.
Okay. Thank you for that clarity.